Hey guys, Short Midget here. First of all, I apologize if you can hear it's like the tornado sirens. They're doing something with them. So I have an interesting gun to make a review on. It's an M4, but it's a really old M4. So let's take a look. It's an original. It's an original KWA Corporation. So look at this thing. Look at their logo. So this, I think they changed that in 2010, their logo. And I took it apart and they changed a few things on the inside with their newer gens. So I will mention those. But I'll go ahead and take the manual out so you can see that. KM4 is what they call it. They always put K on it for KWA or whatever. They do that with all their stuff, like the AKG 74 or whatever. I don't know why they do that. So here is the gun. The guy that got this is the same person that got the ICS MP5, and he got both for $70. And alone, I would value the gearboxes at $70. This gearbox, if you took this gearbox out, not even the motor, this gearbox out, and the ICS gearbox out, that would be worth $70. And he got two full guns. Now he spent $35. I charged $35 to fix both of them up. So what is that, like $105-ish, and two fully functioning guns, because they had their issues. So let's just take a look. So basically, starting from the back, we have your standard LE stock 6 positions, sling mount there, ambi sling mount on the receiver, metal body with the KWA Corporation logo, the old one, metal. It's a 2-piece hop-up, so it splits like a PTW, but the gearbox is 1 piece. Plastic pistol grip, plastic carrying handle, part of it's plastic, part of it's metal, metal charging handle, fake bolts metal, dust covers metal, mag catches metal, selector switches metal, standard 3 modes, safe semi-auto, 2-piece hop-up in there, it's plastic. This rail system was not on here. On the box, as you can see, it has a plastic handguard. The previous owner put a rail on here, which apparently costed like $60. These are actually really nice. I think they're King arms, but they have like the heat shield and they're super solid. It's like the KAC style. It hardly wobbles at all. Probably the most solid one of these that I've ever held. The barrel has NATO trademarks on it. It has a sweet flash hider on here. I'm not sure what brand, but that alone is worth like $30-something new. That's what they charge. I did notice there is NATO trades on this barrel, and I don't remember the standard KWAs having that, so they might have gotten away with that on their older stuff, or like this is their like military version, because on it says 5.56 millimeter. And then over here, it's like military document, whatever, serialization number. So they're trying to be like super realistic or whatever. On the inside, you have your standard triangle sight too. On the inside, let me go ahead and see if I can pull this pin out. It's pretty interesting on the inside. The gearbox shell is completely different. See if I can push this out. Okay, there we go. This pin is super tight, so it opens up, and the gearbox shell there, look how, that is not thick anymore. KWA's, their new gearbox shells are like super thick down here. Well, they didn't do that with their older generations apparently, because this is like the oldest generation, and also there's no stamp on it that says that it's KWA. Same with the motor, there's no sticker on it. Now the motor seems to be about the same, but there's no sticker on it. Everything else inside seems to be about the same. Ball bearing spring guide, maybe an M110 spring. The piston's pretty solid. Piston head has no port, which I don't like that. Everything else seems to be standard besides the gearbox shell. That's really all in the sticker and markings on it. So, shut it. The gun shoots at 370 feet per second with a .2, so it seemed like a weak spring to put in, so that's actually good that it's getting that FPS, and the spring felt super weak. So the compression maybe is perfect. When I took it apart, I noticed the compression was bad, but then I wiped off like all the dirt on the piston head and it sealed fine. So I don't know. I didn't lubricate it because it seems like KWA non-ported pistons just need to be dry and clean. So I have a high cap full of .2s. I'm going to use an 11.1 lipo on this. Now, you can't buy these anymore, so why am I reviewing it? Just if you find a used one, I guess. KWA guns now, they're pretty good. They are a little bit better than this. Obviously, the thicker the gearbox shell is nice. I don't quite know if they're lipo ready, because this one was shimmed really well. This one is shimmed beautifully. I did not touch the shimming. But I have seen some awfully bad sounding KWAs out of the box. So, yeah. So this is an 11.1 stick I'm going to go ahead and use. All the wires are kind of hard to hide away, but so let's go and test it. 11.1 lipo. Stock internals, there's nothing upgraded. The trigger trolley just had to be swapped because that was broken. And I had to modify it like crazy to rear wire it. I had to modify the barrel nut, I had to modify the buffer tube, I had to modify the spacer in the buffer tube. It was awful. They clearly didn't want you to rewire it. So for a super old gun, it is shooting really well, to say the least. I mean, the trigger response is great. The motor didn't seem particularly torquey. It's more of a speed motor, but it still gives good trigger response. Max range, I'll have to say, is probably about 200 feet. And I did notice the bucking in here is different than the KWA V ones. So the guy said that this was all stock, so it may be an upgraded bucking. Or maybe they changed it. I'm not sure. I haven't taken a look at the internals of one of these old KWAs to confirm if they changed the buckings or not. So I don't know, but it shoots really well, and I think it's stock. 375, 367, 371, 372, 378, 373, 375. So it's fairly consistent at about 370s. It's not quite able to be trigger banged or whatever. And on full auto, it gets about 25 BBs a second, so that is quick. A little quicker than standard KWAs, like the newer ones. I haven't seen one that got 25 BBs a second stock yet. I haven't. On an 11.1. I just haven't. And I've shot 4 SR10s, and then this is my second just M4, like standard M4 that I've shot. So, like 6 KWA AEGs total, and this is the one that shoots the fastest. Let's go and put it through the chrono, but it's got to be 25. So it sounds like 24.29. So, like right at 25 pretty much. And that's all stock. Imagine if you put 1301s in here, you'd probably be getting about 30. Now if you put 1301s in one of these, please put a metal rack piston in there. You're going to need to do that, and you might need to up the spring too, because you might get overspin and all that sort of stuff at 30 VBs a second. But 25 is like the perfect rate of fire in my opinion. It's fast, but it's not so fast that you're just going to blow through ammo right away. So. Alright, we're empty. So, I hope you enjoyed that video. It is wired to Dean's, and it has the standard, like, bullet connectors back here. So, no MOSFET, nothing too special. So, everything is literally stock besides the Dean's. It is swapped to Dean's, and that is it. So, yeah, do I recommend it? Yes, if you can find one. Do I recommend KWA's newer stuff? Yeah. They're kind of overpriced. Like, you can go get better guns for that price. But I do really like the split receiver. It's just cool. And to be honest, it makes working on the hop a little easier. But even the other guns, it's just the pop of the pin and that you slide it off. But then you have to deal with the bolt lock falling out and all that stuff with a lot of guns. So, if you have any questions, comment below. I can try to answer them. But performance, fantastic. That didn't sound good. I think it just broke. Ladies and gentlemen, I think it just broke. Everything's connected here. Oh well, I'll go fix it. Anyways, yeah, it seems like it works pretty well, except it breaks at the end. The motor tab probably just fell off, so it's an easy fix. So if you have any questions, comment below. See you guys later.